Okay, in this video I'm going to discuss about the enlargement, which is for the Modern Maths. I think it's a Form 5 chapter, something like chapter 5, I'm not sure. Okay, it's transformation chapter, and yeah, in these videos I'm going to discuss about enlargement, because actually like last week actually I do make the video for rotation, so this week I'm going to do about the enlargement. Because a lot of students still very confused about the enlargement, so I'm going to I'm going to give some lecturings on enlargement before we start into the example. Alright, first, for enlargement, okay, a lot of students get confused in enlargement because they see the word large over here. So when you see the word large, so when he's, okay, let's say this is the object, this is the object, but then this is the image. Okay, normally they will ask for enlargement, they will give you they will give you two information, which is, I think, is very important. The first one is the most important one, is the skew factor, and then the second one will be the center point, or sometimes they call enlargement point. Enlargement point. Because what? Because the enlargement should from some coordinate, and then from this coordinate he enlarge the object become this big. Alright, then we're going to find the skew factor. So normally the center point you can connect, each coordinate will touch with each coordinate. So you can see actually they will touch. Okay, however, this is just an example. So first, if the object is smaller, image is bigger, the skew factor we got is like, okay, we will got the numbers like 1.5, 2 or 2.5. Sometimes they write in the fraction, so you will see something like, yeah, you will get something like 3 over 2 or 2 or 5 over 2. This is the skew factor when the image is bigger than the object. So we come up with a conclusion is something like, if image is bigger than the object, the skew factor, I write the short form, skew factor have to be bigger than 1. Have to be bigger than 1. Right? You can until infinity, depend how big you want. So it must be bigger than 1. If skew factor equals to 1, means actually image and object is the same size. That means equals to 1. But bigger than 1 means actually image will become bigger. But what happens if skew factor is less than 1? Okay, we do not say less than 1. Okay, we say less than 1 but bigger than 0. Okay, means it's between 0 and 1. It's between 0 and 1. So we will got the image is smaller than the object. So you got something like this. So let's say the skew factor is 1 over 2. Let's say the skew factor is 1 over 2. Means what? Means if this is object and this is image. Okay, the image will become smaller. If the skew factor is like between 0 and 1, the image actually becomes smaller. But because a lot of students confuse, you say enlargement, how can the image is smaller than the object? But then this is the rule. Yeah, this is the way they do enlargement. So whenever enlargement, you see the skew factor is between 0 and 1, you know actually the image becomes smaller. If you got the skew factor is bigger than 1, like 3 over 2, 2, 5 over 2, 3, you know actually the image is bigger than the object. Alright, this is some basic for that. And then most of the time you can see enlargement is something like, okay, one more thing is when enlargement got less than 0, the skew factor get less than 0, what is the meaning? Less than 0 means actually skew factor will get negative, because a lot of students when they see skew factor like -2, okay, they got very confused about how this will work. So this one, for the negative part, I will explain later. But then what I want to tell you here is, even he got negative, but then he got 2 over here, means also what? Means also the image is bigger than object. This is image, this is object, okay? And then this is image. Yeah, image is bigger than the object, but negative actually will give some effect. Actually, depend where is the center point. Actually, he will like reverse. He will flip over. Okay, something like that. But then, even is because the skew factor is still -2. We still have the 2, means the image is bigger. If you got the skew factor is -1/4, means actually this is object. Image will become very small. So we always depend on the value also. Means if you see this value, even is a fraction less than 1 is negative, image still becomes smaller than the object. But then if you got negative, but then you got this is bigger than 1, this number is bigger than 1, image is still bigger than the object. Alright, I hope, yeah, this is what I just randomly draw out to give you some idea about bigger or smaller. Yeah, O stand for object, I stand for the image. Alright. And then yeah, before I start to let you see the graph, okay, and then in enlargement, you always will be asked to find the area, alright, because in your paper 2, he will always ask you to find the area of the enlargement. So, area for enlargement, got some sort like formula, so I hope you just remember this one. Okay, if you want to find the areas of enlargement, for example, you want to find the image, area of image. Okay, you just use skew factor square multiple with area of object. That's all. However, maybe some of your reference book actually, skew factor, they use the symbol K to represent skew factor. So like K square multiple area of object. So normally I will write the short form like this. Area of image equals to skew factor square multiple area of object. For example, okay, I got a object and area here. For example, my objects, let's say I just randomly give some area, is 10. Yeah, maybe 10 cm square. Okay, and then I give you the skew factor is 2. And then I want to find the area of image. So I'm going to use this formula. Skew factor is 2, so K will be 2 square multiple area of object is 10. So therefore this is 4 multiple 10. I will got the area is 40. So that means my area of image will be 40 cm square. Alright, so you just need to memorize something like the formula. Alright, so whenever he asks you to find area of image or area of object, you can use this formula. Sometimes they give you the area of image, yeah, then you just put the skew factor and then like divide K square, you can find object. Alright, so this one is area of image equals to skew factor square multiple area of object. Alright, I think this formula will be very helpful for you to get at least 2 marks to 3 marks in paper 2. Alright, yeah, then okay, I give you basic information about enlargement. Then okay, let's see how to do enlargement. Okay, I have a graph here. Okay, for example, okay, I hope you can see my sketch over here. Okay, for example, okay, this it gives you some information over here. Okay, this one because I prepared myself. So skew factor is 2. Enlargement point is over here, and then this is object ABC. Okay, I want to find the image of ABC. Okay, after the transformation of enlargement. Mean after enlargement, where is my image? Alright, so I'm going to teach you some things like the translation method also, because after I think so many ways, translation method is easier for students to understand. Alright, for example, okay, let me take one piece of paper first. Alright. Okay, for example, this is the enlargement point. Okay, enlargement point, I'm going to write short form, enlargement point to A. What is the translation? I hope you still remember what is translation. Translation is something like moving on X and moving on Y. Translation. Alright, so translation from enlargement point to A actually is, okay, imagine this is 1, 2. So actually is 2, 0. Correct enough? Because he didn't move in Y, just 1, 2. Alright, then enlargement points to B. What is enlargement point to P? Okay, we calculate this one like 2 cm, like 1 unit. So it'll be 1, 2. Okay, so X will be moving to right is positive, and then moving downwards 1, 2 is -2 for Y. Alright, if you're not sure about this one, go and do some revision on translation. Okay, and then my enlargement point to C. Okay, what is my enlargement point to C? Will be 1, 2, 3.5. So this one called 3.5. You calculate 1, 2, 3.5. Okay, so I call it 3.5, or you can write 7/2. And then we're going down 1, 2, -2. Alright, if you got the translation from enlargement point to A, okay, this is what interesting is when he gives you skew factor equals to 2, you just multiply 2 for everything. Okay, you just multiply 2. If he gives you skew factor is -2, you just multiply -2 to all the translation. So now I multiply 2, I multiply 2, I multiply 2. Then I will get the new translation. Because multiple 2 is for X and Y both. So my A image after multiply 2 will be 4, 0. My B image after multiply 2 will be 4, -4. My C image after multiply 2 will be 7, -4. Alright, it's simple. 3.5 multiple 2, -2 multiple 4, -2 multiple 2. Alright, then after I got all this translation have to start from enlargement point. Have to start from enlargement point. Alright, so I'm going to show you how this can happen. Okay, if I got 4, 0, then I'm going to calculate from here. 4, 0 means moving to the right hand side 4 units. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this one will be my A image. And then my B will be 4, -4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. This one will be my B. And then my C will be 7, 4 from the center point. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. -4 will be 1, 2, 3, 4. Will be here. This is my C. Then I just use my ruler to connect them. I will get my area. Okay, this ruler is too big sometimes. Alright, and yes. Alright, so this is how to find the image. This one is the image, this one is the object. So you can see how this actually is happened. If this is 1/2, you just multiply 1/2 to all this translation. You will get actually the image will become smaller. You can get the image actually become smaller. And then a lot of questions actually he asks you to find the enlargement point. Actually enlargement point is very easy to find. What you need to do is you connect A to A image to one point. So let me just trying to connect. And then I connect B to B image. Of course, after that, I connect C to C image. Oops, my God. Okay, and then you can see all my straight line actually will intersect at one point. This point is called intersection. It's intersection point, but then in this chapter, it's called enlargement point. So whenever the question asks you to find the enlargement point, what you need to do is very simple. You A connects to the A image and draw a straight line. It's possible trying to like make your straight line longer a bit, and then B to B image you connect, C to C image you connect, and then you will find a coordinates which is intersect like all the straight line. Then that one is your enlargement point. Alright, I hope you can see from here. If you can't see, maybe I will explain more later. Okay, this is the first example. So for example, okay, I give something like this. Okay, let's say we got something like this. Okay, so let me give it some name. Okay, same, I call it A, B, and C. Okay. Okay, and in enlargement, I think the coordinate is not so important, but then the important is, what is important over here is from the enlargement point to A, and then from the enlargement point to B, and then from the enlargement point to C. Find out the translation. Alright, let's say the translation will be, okay, for this one, A will be 1, okay, moving to the right is positive 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. So going downward, this one is 3, negative 2. Okay, this one B will be 1, 2, 3, 4, negative 2, 4, negative 2. C will be 1, 2, 3, 0. Alright, let's say I want to find the image after the enlargement. Yeah, maybe I call it 2.5. Okay, skew factor, let's say I give you 2.5, or I give you fraction 5/2. Okay, this is the skew factor. So now what you need to do is I multiply 5/2 into the whole thing. Alright, so first my A image I will got 2.5 I will got 7, I think. Is it 7? Okay, let me press calculator. 2.5 multiple 7 and multiple 3. Yeah, I will got 7.5. Alright, I will got 7.5. Alright, 2.5 multiple negative 2 is negative 5. Yes. And then 2.5 multiple 4 is 10. Isn't it? Yeah, it's 10. Multiple negative 2 is negative 5. And 2.5 multiple 3 is the same, is negative, is positive 7.5 and 0. Okay, this is the, okay, this one is the image after the skew factor, mean after the enlargement 5/2. Okay, mean he enlarged 2.5 in the skew factor. Alright, so I say this one must start from, calculate must start from enlargement point. Alright, so from here, you can roughly see the enlargement point over here. This is enlargement point. Alright, so the first one, A first. 7.5 means I move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.5. And I go down 5 units. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright. Let me check again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7.5. Go down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes. Alright. Then I find my B. My B will be 10 and negative 5. Yeah, hope my graph is enough, but yeah, very hard to see. Okay, 10, 5. 3, 6, 9, 10. And then going down 5 will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, this one will be my B. This one will be my A image, B image. Alright, the next one will be 7.5 and 0. Okay, 7.5 is this one. 7.5, so this one will be my C image. So what I do, very simple. After that, I just connect everything. Yeah, but this one just the rough. I just do roughly. Of course, in the exam, you should draw nicer and make it more accurate, because I'm using marker pen, somehow it's a bit hard. So you can see this is the image after the skew factor like increasing like 2.5. So actually you can always double check from the unit over here. If this is 1 unit, after multiple 2.5, you can see here actually become 2.5 unit. So If here will be 1 unit, here will be 2.5 unit. If here is like 1, 2, 2 unit, this one will be 5 unit. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right? So you can always check whether your enlargement correct or not. Alright, so I hope this one can give you some insight. So yeah, because my video camera is almost run out of battery. The last one I'm going to show you is about the negative. So a lot of students might think that how it will look if we got negative. So actually it's almost the same, just multiple the negative thing into it. Alright, so for example, okay, this is my enlargement point. Do you see the enlargement point over here? This is my A, B, C. Okay, he gives me skew factor is -2. Same. What I do is, I will do from my enlargement point to A, enlargement point to B, and then enlargement point to C. Okay, let's find the translation. This one, this is 0, 1. Enlargement point at 0, 1. So to A is just +1 in Y. Sorry. So this one will be 0, 1 because move upward is +1. And then for B will be 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 2, 3. Sorry. Okay. And then for C, C from enlargement point will be 1, 2, and then going upwards 1, 2. So it will be 2, 2. Alright. Now my skew factor is -2. What I will do is, I will multiply -2 for everything. I will multiply -2, multiply -2. Because the skew factor is -2, I just multiply my skew factor into my translation. So I can find my A image will become 0, -2. B image, oh sorry, not multiple 2, it's multiple -2, -2, -2. And my B will become -4, -6. And then my C will become -4, -4. Then I start to plot it. Okay, for A image first. 0, this is 0. Okay, mean doesn't move on left or right. -2 mean move downwards. 1, 2. This one will be my A image. Okay, B image will be -4, -6. 1, 2, 3, 4. -6 will go down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I got my yeah, this is my B image. And then my C will be -4, -4. -4 means go left hand side. 1, 2, 3, 4. Go downwards 4 units. 1, 2, 3, 4. This one will be my C coordinates. After that, I just connect them. Alright, just connect A to B, and then A to C, and then of course B to C. So you can see that this is what happened when negative. Okay, compared to those positive ones, you can see their pattern actually is the same. Okay, but negative actually, most of the time they were in the opposite direction. Okay, do you see this one in opposite? But then if no negative, you can see the enlargement point is not on the middle. Normally enlargement point is in one side, or this side, or this side. But then the enlargement point one on the middle. Most of the time, when skew factor is negative, the enlargement point well at middle, and then you can see the shape actually like turn the pattern already. Compared to this one, he just become bigger one, but then the pattern is still the same. But this one actually he definitely changed like flip over the pattern already. So I hope this video actually can give you some insight on how to differentiate whether the skew factor is negative or the skew factor is like less than 1, is between 0 to 1, means actually the skew factor actually the object it becomes smaller. Alright, and then using my translation method, I think my translation methods can give you, because this is very easy, as long as you understand about translation, and then you just multiply your skew factor, and then you can easily do it. And then I also teach you on how to find the center point. mean how to find the enlargement point. You just A connects to the A, B connect to the B image, C connect to the C image. Of course, at the end, I also teach you how to find the area of the enlargement. Always remember, area of image will equals to K square. A lot of students tend to forget the square. K square multiple area of object. Alright, so I hope this video can give you about everything about the enlargement. Of course, if before I forget, okay, for enlargement, maybe I can add in some things like full description about enlargement. Actually, like full description, what you need is the skew factor and the center point. Normally, because in the paper 2, he will ask you to fully describe the enlargement. So normally, I will write something like this: enlargement of skew factor. Okay, depend what is the skew factor. Let's say skew factor is 2, then you write 2. Of course, you don't need to put this symbol. I just let you know this value actually you can change. So we write an enlargement of skew factor 2 and then put a center point. So normally you will write with center. What is the center coordinate? Let's say center coordinate is P, you put P. If you do not have any alphabet, maybe you can put 2, 0, something like that lah. So it's important for the fully description is you have to mention is its enlargement, and then you have to mention the skew factor, and then you have to mention the center. Okay, if you got all these 3 information correct, then I think you can easily get 2 marks, because fully description in the paper 2 is 2 marks for 1 question. Alright, so I hope this video can give you fully understand about enlargement. Anyways, thanks for watching.